Okay, okay. So today we are going to see the chapter unit number 12, Introduction to Supply Chain Management. Okay. Now, first of all, we need to understand the concept of supply chain management. Okay. What do you mean by supply chain management? First of all, we need to understand that concept and then we will go further. Okay. Supply chains are the lifeline of the most companies. Okay. Material, whether raw, finish, semi-finish or finish are produced or procured from suppliers, right? We are getting a material from the suppliers. Okay, it may be a raw material or it may be a semi-finished or finished goods. Okay, products are manufactured, stored, and finally these finished goods are ready to be delivered to the customers. Okay, having a strong supply chain network is a key of success of any business engaged in the production and customer services. Okay, in earlier days company dependence only on the holistic sales forecast for decision making in terms of production and the shipment of customers. Okay, with the distinct change in the global economy, business are seeking different ways to survive step competitions and to adapt a rapid technological advancement and market condition. Customer demand for supply of goods is the shortest period of time that poses challenges in companies, and therefore there are innumerable changes and development resulting of various types of supply chain. Now, supply chain is a concept through which we can understand the suppliers, we need to understand the logistics, and we need to understand the customers as well. Okay, in supply chain management there is one concept which is very much important, that is called as logistics. Okay, what do you mean by logistics? First of all, okay, logistics का मतलब क्या होता है? Logistics means material management plus distribution. Okay, logistics means what? It's a kind of material management and the distribution work. Okay, and supply chain means what? Supply chain includes suppliers plus logistics plus customers. Okay, logistics is a management of all activities which facilitate movement and the coordination of supply and demand in the creation of time and place utility. Okay, logistics is the art and science of managing and controlling the flow of goods, energy, information, and other resources. Okay, logistics management is a planning, implementation, and control of the efficient and effective forward and reverse flow of the storage of goods and services and related information between the point of origin and the point of consumption in order to meet the customer requirement. Okay, logistics is a positioning of resources at the right time, at the right place, at the right cost, and at the right quality. Okay, so you know now the meaning of logistics, right? It is a kind of resources, a positioning of resources at the right time, at the right place, at the right cost, and at the right quality as well. Okay, so this is the concept of logistics, and in supply chain logistics is also included. Okay, suppliers plus logistics plus customers. Okay, now over a time many organization has reported their success due to supply chain management. Okay, now see, they have given the example of Michael Dell reformed the PC business in the supply chain plan only. Now Walmart put another landmark in the success story of supply chain management. Currently the strategy is the most successful company is lined up with the supply chain practices. Common advantage realized by the supply chain practices are, now see, they are giving the examples of supply chain management: reduce ambiguity, fault, delay, and losses among the supply chain; reduction, duplication of processes, data, practices, stocks, etc.; reduction or removal of operation that have no value for customers. Now, enhancement in the productivity and efficiency, hence reduction in cost. Okay, small size of cost, stocks, minimum reply times, improvement demand triggering mechanism, flexible and quick reaction of customers orders. Okay, better distribution of information and highlighting. Okay, adaptation of technologies, for example, RFID, that is called as radio frequency identification and detection, then EPOS, that is called as electronic point of sales and data, then EDI, electronic data interchange, and e-commerce. So these all are the important supply chain management practices. Okay, now The practitioners and academicians have realized the adapted of these benefits widely. The fast changing and the challenging environments in industries were the main reasons behind the emergence of supply chain management in the early 1980s. Okay, it started to be used mostly in logistics. However, the business activities which had involved in the logistics is a synchronization and integration of player could be traced back to ancient times or not in this area. Okay, uh, now they are giving the early practice physical distribution and logistics. Now they are saying about the supply chain management which has happened in earlier days. Okay, people people today give substantial appreciation to the system of distribution that supplies them with material goods and services. This is one of the goal of supply chain management. Supply chain management basically grown from physical distribution management. Okay, physical distribution is combined from the interlinked function, mainly transport, stock holding, order processing, storage and goods handling, concerned with the physical transfer and completed goods from manufacturer to customers and directly via mediator. Okay, the term physical distribution is the most often been confused with logistics. Okay, the it indicates unlike physical distribution, logistics is whole product flow and raw materials source to find uh, source to final point of utilization. Okay, now logistics are the procedure of planning, implementation, and monitoring the effective and efficient flow and storage of goods, services, and associated information from the point of origin to the point of utilization, and the purpose of confirming the consumer needs. Okay. Now they have also given the example of supply chain management with the help of this material management and physical distribution and logistics, which I have told you that logistics means what? It's a kind of material management and the distribution work. Okay, both the things are included in logistics. Now see, they have given in this chart they have given the full-fledged information about the logistics and the supply chain management. Okay, demand forecasting, purchasing, requirement planning, product planning, manufacturing, processing, warehousing, material handling, packaging, finished goods inventory, distribution planning, order processing, transportation, consumer service, customer service, strategic planning, information service, marketing, sales, and finance. Now over here they have given material management activities, logistics activities, and physical distribution activities. Okay, then it is called as supply chain management. Now if you go downward, we can see there are lots of activities are there. Okay, which is the four main forces that has played an important role in the expansion and the logistics in the industries and academia. Okay, now variation of customers demand pattern, disburse demand, rising multiplicity of product, economic pressure, logistics cost form important size of the product cost and lower profit limits, then technological variation and the quantitative models, calculation of electronic data processing ability, expansion and expansion of transportation industries and the use of digital computer and flooring of business tools. The military experience, military successfully accomplished the inventory level of use size, give a wide information base on which a business sector logistics urbanize. Now see, they are giving the examples of the supply chain management, how the supply chain management activities can be carried out. Now see, logistics also comes under the head of supply chain only. Physical distribution also comes under the head of supply chain only. Material management also comes under the head of supply chain only. See, material management and the physical distribution comes under the head of logistics, and logistics comes under the head of supply chain management. So supply chain management is the broader concept as compared to logistics, material management, and the distribution activity. Okay. Now they are also giving the example of physical distribution. Okay, phrases, expansion of the market. Now see, over here we can see the evaluation of distribution channel. Okay, the evaluation of distribution channel, the evaluation of marketers distribution channel, uh, from the phrase 1 to phrase 3. Okay, in the phrase 1, which is over here they are giving the example of later 19th century. Okay, the characteristics which they have given: a direct supply to customers, a long distance transport dependent on railways, short distance were completed by factory owned transport. Now range of areas served was strongly constrained by poor roads, small batch size, slow transport, and limited stockholding, and near to points of sale where goods were stocked on railways station nearest to the consumers that and then transported by road. Okay, so there are few limitations in the later 19th century, because at that time we are expanding the market. I mean, with the help of the supply chain management, the expansion of market is there. But there are policy of direct supply to the customers, because customers, they are providing the goods directly to the customers. They are not giving the goods for the shorter period. I mean, long distance of transport dependent on railways. Okay, if they want to transfer the goods from one place to another, they are transferring through the railways, because at that time, it is very much difficult to transfer the goods from the airways and the waterways, because it required a lot of cost. Then if you see the second phrase, that is called as market consideration development of enrich channel. Now in second phrase we can see the creation of wholesale and retail levels. Now local delivery of stores were organized in more efficient manner. Then use of railway stock hold lowered the carrying cost. Then beginning of motor vehicle allowed the increasing or adapt delivery area. Then stock held near to retailers. Then producers sent bulk loads to much smaller number of their own stock holding centers. Now new distribution system save on packaging cost. Now see, these all are the areas of second market consideration development of channels. Now in third phrases, if you see the third phrase, that is called as realization, reversion to direct distribution. Okay, in third phrase we can see in mid 1960s to till 1980s, delivery point diminish. Okay, bulk loads shipped directly from factories. Firms realized that it was unprofitable to distribute small orders. All also realize that maximum sales did not maximize profit. Minimum drop size were raised, or prohibited surcharge was imposed on small orders. Now see, they have given the example of one company. Okay, on the basis of that they are giving this characteristics. Okay, developed of supermarket and closer to the small shops, concentration of wholesale sector. Definitely, you know in this period they have developed the small shops also. Even in India, right, in Indian trades also, from the year 1960s to 1980s, at that period, small shops plays an important role, because there are not a lot of malls available in our country also. So we are also dependent more on the small shops only. The locality like Kolkata, Mumbai, Bangalore, in that area, the malls are available, but that is also not a highest one. But up to the mark at this stage, the malls is also playing an important role at this stage, but before it is not so. So the customers mostly dependent on the small shops only, right? Then then in phrases 3 of market rationalization, evidence in the rise in the minimum drop size is reflected by reduction in numbers of orders. Now see, they have given the numbers of orders. See, they have given this chart from the year 1960 to 1978. The dominant product that they are giving, they are saying about the which product is most in that particular arena. Okay, sugar in the year 1960, okay, there are 90,000 number of orders, okay, which has reduced in the year 1978. It goes near about 30,500. Okay, then biscuits, if you see the biscuits in 1964, it is 19,000, but in 1978 it is reduced to near about 11,000. Okay, then confectionery, it is 32,000 in the year 1968, but it is reduced in the year 1978 near about 22,000. Then biscuits, as I have given you the example of biscuits also, it also reduced. Then the tea, in the year 1974 it is 85,500, and then it reduced in the number of 17,000 only in the year 1978. So this is the reduction in orders. Okay, now development of supply chain management theory in practice in 1980 onwards. Okay, in 1980s, we can see it is important boost for the professionalism within the distribution on stock controlling and warehousing dependent element of the business decision, with the jump in interest rate and the business buyouts. Okay, action like concentration distribution serve decrease in stock holding and use of computer for information handling was dominant. Okay, third party distribution service stage usually that further brought ways of improving information broadcast and processing to the front. Okay, after all these quick changes happening in logistics situation, the term supply chain management emerged. Supply chain management emerged in largely in 1980s. Okay, and term supply chain management was first used noticeably by Oliver and Weber in 1982. Okay, so in this period they are giving the examples of supply chain management theory, okay, and practices in from the year 1980 onwards, how the changes has occurred and what are the new things which we are gaining. Okay, in these things they are characteristics. Okay, now we are going to see the main portal that is called as feature of supply chain management. Okay, now supply chain management has increased day by day. At this stage, you know, if the company is having excellent supply chain management activity in the organization itself, then definitely that organization is going to show maximum result, because in each and every organization the supply chain management activity should be carried away in an effective manner, because supply chain management plays an important role to handle a material properly. Okay, we can say to manage the material properly. For the distribution activities also, supply chain management role, because it's a part of logistics activity. Okay, then to manage the suppliers properly, right? For the transportation purpose, for the logistics purpose, we require a supply chain management activity. For handling our customers in a proper way, we also require a supply chain management activity. Okay, now future of supply chain management. Future of supply chain management has a can be imagined by focusing of supply chain feature. Now see, uh, globalization. Okay, international market and rivalry will guide to change in scope, scale, and in term in lead times, adding difficulties in planning and implementation. Market products influenced by uncertainty will change supply chain plans. Definitely, production capital, including trains, labors, will be internationally spread even more, depending on more lead times and uncertainty. Okay, international uh, democratization will lead a new market, hence increasing complexity and lead times. Definitely, international democratization can increase the business as well and the new market also, because nowadays, customers are the king, and you also know that when the customers are the king, customer will prefer the product which they like. Okay, they will not see whether your product is sellable or not. They will just see their own wants. So you need to make sure that whatever the product which you are making, it should be trace attention to the customers, right? Because they are going to purchase your product and they are going to consume that product. So you need to see that whatever the product which you are making, it should be acceptable by the customers. Okay, then small and medium company will become a part of international network. This will require an organization changes. Then international company will be imposed as a local within each market of existence, but at the same time will be sold by their international situation and flexibility. Rising size of international cooperation will require them to be autonomous and learning like a multi-factored natural organism. Okay, now liability, law agility. If market instability raises, then time to start new business and goods of high eligibility will reduce. Okay, increased competition and environmental requirement will reduce lean supply chain. Okay, increase in recently developed countries will have consumer demanding higher customized goods, hence demanding deserve product collection. Okay, then B2B dealing will be more synchronized with the assistance of technology and better business process. Thus more eligibility in the system can be realized. Okay, fast product innovation will reduce new suppliers at new sites, new markets, new delivery modes, new information requirement, etc. Okay, now information technology. Definitely, information technology also plays an important role in supply chain management activities, because improvement in information distribution and communication will improve the competitive weather. Definitely at this stage, e-commerce are playing a very fun, a very enormous role, because e-commerce e-commerce is the structure where lots of foreign trading can be easily implemented, because of this IT sector, because of this information technology sector. Because at this stage you can see that because in any country, if any new product launch, we can also come to know about the information about it because of this e-commerce. Because in the news headlines also, the product information is being provided, and we can also able to know about what kind of product it is and how we can able to implement that product in our market, in our arena. And at this stage, a lot of products which is newly launched, they are able to come in our country as early as possible. Take an example, within a week also we can see a product is available in our country also if it is launched in the other country, right? So the people, those who are there in India, they are also able to get a huge amount of benefit from it as well. Okay, then market visibility and communication will rapidly improve speed of information flow and the product traceability. Okay, high connectivity of IT support system will allow to complete orders of various sources in a real time using effective supply chain. Okay, uh, enrichment of IT will allow quicker organization, learning, and knowledge management. Okay, now the environmental concern. Okay, constant pressure will refill natural resources by increasing design, and technology will necessitate modification in manufacturing and supplier base. Okay, independence of natural resources will make supply chain more constant and sustainable. Okay, constant rise in pressure on supply chains to use environmental friendly material in production, distribution, usage, and disposable will affect production techniques and hence the patterns. Okay, manufacturing technology, extra flexibility and in including new technologies in production system on the daily basis will be required. Okay, growing need of better technology and knowledge of buyers will make product more difficult, leading to composite process and needs a new material. All this will require active supplier base and logistics complexity will be more. Now they are giving the example of manufacturing technology also, how this manufacturing technology helps the supply chain management to grow. Okay, now we can see the area of the area like production system over here also. If there is new technological innovation in the production lineup, then definitely that product will definitely going to be sellable at a very easily way into the new market, because you have made some kind of innovation in the product, and customer require a new taste and preference all the time. If your product is same as you produce before 2 years, definitely you will not going to get any kind of a good response from the customers, because the customer also because you also know that new product has entered into the market which is similar to you, but they are having a new test of preference, or they are having some kind of qualitative or quantitative changes in the product, such as packaging and other things as well. So some kind of innovativeness is being shown towards the customers, and definitely the customers are going to purchase that product, because customer think that that product is different from your product, because you are selling that product and customers knows your taste and preference, so they will try to purchase a new kind of product. So over here you will face a problem. Yes, right, because your product is not going to grow into the market, because your product is not showing that much of um, enlightenment, because your product is not having any kind of changes in the uh, previous loading activity. Okay, there is no change, because the product which you have sold, that is also 2 years back, the same product which you are presenting now. So customer will not try to purchase your product, because customer knows that your product is, there is no change in the taste and preference. The customer want some kind of new things, some kind of innovative things. I will give you an example of mobile phones. Right nowadays you can see a lot of mobile phones are coming into the Indian market, right, with the changes in technologies, right, due to which that phone is also showing a good growth now. Oppo, Vivo, Realme, Redmi, right, Xiaomi. There are other products also, such as Samsung, Macromax, Motorola, right, LG. So these are the product which is there into the Indian market. And when they launch any kind of new version, definitely they will try to make a more advertise of that product, because they want that the customer should purchase that product, right. Oppo and Vivo, when they entered in Indian market, they have really uh, did a huge amount of expenses in the advertisement, and they have got a good market response also, because they have did a huge amount of advertisement, right, as compared to Nokia. Right, Nokia is the product which we are having earlier days. At this stage also Nokia market is there, but they are not giving more focus on the advertisement. But before, in the year, we can see 2001, 2002, 3, 4, 5, 6. At that time of period, Nokia is booming a lot, because people are purchasing the product of Nokia, because Nokia mm, uh, is the king at that time, because because there are few companies only. But at this stage, the companies has increased, and Nokia is not in a position to grab the market fully. Right, they have failed to grab the market, because they have not came with the new techniques, and they are not came with the new advertising policy. Right, they are just making a production of goods, and they are, but the margin which they want to achieve, they are not able to achieve the profit margin. Why it is so? Because the other products they have entered into the market and they have captured the market just because they are coming with the new kind of innovative techniques in the mobile phones, due to which they are able to capture the market. So these are the manufacturing technology where you have to make certain kind of changes which is based on the customer preference also, right? Then social aspect. See, rising world population may damage the availability of resources and the forces on the organization towards being more well organized and innovative. Okay, demanding needs of basic human rights will boost social liability aspect of business, and thus it will have to be included in strategy. Okay, now rising insecurity causes by war and tourism will affect configuration of alliances and will have unfavorable efforts on supply chain reliability and performance and cost. Okay, then customer relationship. There will be a direct relationship between manufacturer and the customers throughout the life of the product. Organization and the supply chain will more and more like towards establishing processes to establish trust. Customer will buy only trusted brands. Value based facilities will be more significant than physical product. So post sales facilities will cause emphasis in supply chain difficulty. Okay, so then the customer relationships plays an important role over here. Then organization structure. uh, Assets will dissolve in form of mobile assets. Leasing and outsourcing will be most favorite option. Okay, real and virtual joint partnership will be rapidly made and dissolve as and when the opportunities come and dissipate. New corporate houses will swap hierarchical structure by better network and teams working under rules led by the corporate objectives. So these are the organization structure. Then human resources. Knowledge of ideas and practice will be faster and efficient. A lifespan employment will remove towards lifetime employability as labor force will be more powerful and move competitive benefits from one organization to another. Individual will move independently of specific companies towards skill certification rather than conventional hiring and retraining. Okay, so with the help of this supply chain management, we are also making a good activities in the field of human resource also, because at this stage knowledge of ideas and the practice will be faster and efficient because of this supply chain management, right? It is also helpful for the human resource purpose as well. Okay, now we are going to see the next unit, that is called as manufacturing strategy. Okay, strategy means what? A strategy is a careful plan or method of achieving a particular goal. Okay, usually for a longer period of time. Okay, strategy is a kind of a plan of action which can be achieved for a longer duration of time. Okay, it is the art of planning and directing overall military operation and the movement in the war or battle. Okay, the term strategy probably the Greek origin and the dates back to the 6th century BC. The origin are from the military where the strategy was approached to win wars. Okay, now see that a general in skillful in attack whose opponent does not know what to defend, and he is skillful in defense whose opponent does not know what to attack. Okay, in the 18th century, the determination of the basic term goals of the enterprise and the adaptation of the course of action and the allocation of resources necessary for carrying of these goals. Now see, they have given a lot of example of the not of definition and the meaning of the strategies. Now see, they have given the examples also. Okay, now see over here they have given the example of McDonald's. Okay, McDonald's focus on the busy businessman, student, college students, etc., who has a time of quick bite. This system design of the quick turnover, low price, and minimum service, self service. Okay, now see in the McDonald's in previous days, McDonald's, the main aim of McDonald's um, is to um, carry such kind of people in their for the as a customer, those who are having a minimum time uh, for the eating work, and because they are having a busy schedule, so they required more time for the work, but they are not able to get the time for the eating, so they want to have such kind of customers in their own. So what they have did, they have tried to try to make attention to that kind of customer, those who are busy businessmen, those who are college students, those who don't have a time for the eating purpose. So they have they want to that customer should be more, because they are going to have a money with their pockets, so they can pay very easily, right? And they can able to get the service very quickly, because it's a kind of self service they have started. And with the help of this self service, the buyer having the buyer is going to have the rights to take a right product of their own for the consumption purpose, right? So McDonald's has able to generate a huge amount of revenue with this quick turn for the quick by this service with the low prices and the minimum service, which is called as self service. So they have in the book also, they have given on a lot of examples. Now for the mobile also they have given the example. See, Nokia, Motorola, they are focusing on the low prices. The target population of the people do not care for the latest feature, but those who have a limited budget. Okay, so the Nokia and Motorola in the book, as per your book, Nokia and Motorola, they are giving more focus on the common people, because they don't have a much budget for the purchasing of the mobile phones. So they are making a mobile phone which is having a low budget. Even a lava product, like lava, they are also having a button mobile, lava. Now Apple comes with the new product every 1 or 2 years. The focus is on experiment, innovation, and features. Prices is more prices is not a selling point over here. Okay, now the need of business strategy. Why do business need strategy? To articulate the approach of the business, to specify how prometize alternative and options, to determine the way to collect scarce business resources and including capital, to help the business making to help the making decisions that have a long term impact, to help deal with consumption. Okay, so these are the need of business strategy. Now even in the book also they have given a lot of business strategy, decision regarding strategy. Okay, 10 for the longer term of this activity, which is typically for the 10 years or more in future. Okay, tend to have a risk and uncertainty due to the time frame and the size of investment. Because now see, the people, those who are doing the investment for a longer duration of time, they are having a long risk as well. Because due to the political scenarios, due to the government rules and regulation, right, due to the natural calamities, the business can be vanished, because they are having a time span more than 8 to 10 years. So at this stage, the risk is also high, but if you are having a good investment capabilities, if you are having a good managerial skills, definitely you can cope up with these restrictions, is these limitations, right? So confidence with yourself, and the confidence with your the employees, those who are working over in your hand, and those who are helping the business to grow, they are the person, those who are those who can give a surety of having a good growth in future, right? Then plan, policies, goals, tactics are dependent on the strategy. Okay, usually reflect the overall version of top management who have to take the ownership. Then decision with long term impact. Certain decision taken by the company have a long term implications. Examples are the where to locate plants. Other examples could be the kind of market to serve. Such decisions cannot be usually changed. There are significant uncertainty underlying such decisions. Okay, now business strategy and the other strategy. Government strategy. Typically government tend to form a policies that are designed to prioritize the nation efforts. Okay, there may take a form of licensing, taxation, interest rates, investment incentives, etc. Certain industry sectors may be preferred at different points in time based perceived needs. Okay, then corporate strategy, business strategy, functional strategies are there, facility strategies are there. Okay, now see, functional strategies, there are a lot of functional areas such as marketing strategy, which include the decision regarding introduction of new product. Okay, entry and exit of market and product, pricing strategy. Okay, the distribution strategy, promotion strategy, right? If you are having a new business, then it is very much difficult for the customers to know about your product which you are going to launch, right? So you need to make a certain promotion strategy also. Because of the promotion strategy, you come to know about what kind of product is there into the market and how you can able to sustain in that production level. So promotional activities is also important. Then distribution strategy, distribution activities is also very much important aspect over here, right? Facility strategy, often a part of manufacturing strategy, may include decisions such as when and how to expand, dedicative and mixture use of facilities, facility size and location, technology also. These all are the important factors. Okay, this plays an important role for increasing the business with the help of this supply chain management activities, because supply chain management activities plays an important role in each and every field. Okay, as now we have learned about from the year 1950s to 2010 onwards, so what are the things that has been gone with the changes in the supply chain management, right? In supply chain management, physical distribution management also plays an important role, because the term physical distribution management is deployed in manufacturing and commerce to describe the broad range of activities like warehousing, material handling, productive packaging, inventory control, selection of the site of various activities, marketing, forecasting, concern with the efficient movement of finished goods from the end of production line to the consumers, right? So physical distribution management is especially concerned with the flow of goods through the economic system, right? And now we have also learned about the importance of physical distribution, right? Importance of physical distribution. The importance of physical distribution of a company can vary from the typically associated with the type of product manufactured by the company. Okay, strategically staging product in location to support order shipment and coming up with the rapid and constant manner to move the product, enable companies to be successful in the dynamic market. Okay, physical distribution is managed through the system approaches, consider key interrelated function to provide efficient movement of the product. The function is interrelated because anytime the decision is made in one area, it is affected to the other. Okay, because the business is providing custom handbags and consider shipping finished products, right? This is the important factor. Now physical distribution is a great importance because of the various functions such as location analysis, transportation, material handling, warehousing, packaging, order processing, packaging, inventory control, customer sales services, right? So these are the important factors of physical distribution. Okay, physical distribution is important for making the goods available to the customer at the right place at the right time and at the right location. Okay, so customer are also eager to take the product within a given time span. Now see, due to this e-commerce, right? Due to this e-commerce, now a lot of people are doing the
transaction online only, and they are purchasing the product online also. So online product should also be uh, shown a good growth at this stage, because at this stage, a lot of people, they are preferring online shopping also, because now at this stage, this Omicron kind of situation has occurred, this COVID-19 situation has occurred, due to which a lot of people are unable to purchase the goods from the shops. So they are making a online shopping, because the infection is occurring in a very large scale, due to which people are not taking a risk of going to the shop as well. So they are purchasing online, and even online business is showing a good growth as this stage. Okay, so we should also have to see this participation on the physical distribution system as well. And nowadays, this physical distribution system has also shown a big growth in the field of supply chain and in the field of logistics management as well. Okay, so these all are the important factors that we have seen. Now at this stage, we have completed our syllabus also. Okay, thank you for your cooperation. I think we have able to understand each and every point with the proper manner, because I have given the examples also. A lot of examples I have given while explaining the concept. Okay, so this is your unit which I have finished now. I don't think so anything is remaining at this stage. So thank you for your cooperation, and best of luck for your exam. Thank you very much.